In this session, we'll discuss about the louvers, how to add louvers to your sheet metal, and different options like the length and other type, how to create, and the parameters which you need to have for defining. That also we'll be discussing in brief, like the depth and width parameters. So let us discuss this in NX Live interface. We'll open from exercise folder for understanding this particular model. And here you can see when you go for the louver, this just you have to define a straight line and you can define. So I'll go to the louver, and the parameters required here is the depth and width and type of louver, length or form shape. So I'll go to form shape. Here you can see other parameters like the preview and rounding options. Lower edge you can round the die radius. So I'll go to sketch and I'll position about my louvers length, and here I'm defining my louver, and I'll go to finish. Once you go to finish, louver will be positioned here, and we can define the parameters like the depth and width also. And then you can define this either lanced shape or form shape, and also you can go to the round lower edge. This particular edge you can round and you can update with the new informations, and then you can go to OK. Just I will change this to 11, and next you can repeat this through the pattern operation, and you can position as many copies as you want. So directly you can apply and use this. We'll apply this pattern. So we'll go to the F9. You can find the associative copy, pattern features, and here you have to select your features, and here you can see the pattern definitions, linear or circular, which type. We need a linear type. I'm selecting the vector. This is the vector directions. You can flip this and you can define the counts, how many numbers, maybe 4 or maybe 5, and you can have the pitch distance from center to center of this, and you can go to OK, and your features will be updated, and in this way you can directly create the louvers at the required locations, and you can position this as per your requirement. And these are the different louvers type, like the lanced or the form type, which you can see, and I will show this. Among this, any feature, if you double click this and you update the form to lanced and you update, so automatically you can see here you are getting one error because this is not getting updated with respect to this. So what I will do is I will update with respect to my requirement. Now you can select this and you can select your directions and you can flip this and you can update it, because the corresponding all updates has to be synchronized with respect to your requirement. Next we'll look into the different types of drawn cutout which you can use inside the sheet metal like this. The one is shown, one form is your punch, but another is the drawn cutout, where you can cut out and you can draw inside your model. Let us go to our sheet metal module and we update this. We'll open our required model, this, and here you can see the drawn cutout case, how you can use your drawn cutout. So I will show these options in brief. So once you set this position, you can directly go to the drawn cutout, and here you have to go to the sketch, and I will select this as my plane, and you can directly create the required shape which you need to use for drawn cutout. Go to finish, and here you can define the directions like the downward or upward, and also you can define the depth, and here you can give the side angle. Let us say 12 is my side angle, which you can define, and directly you will be done with your creations of drone cutout. Also you can control the material directions like inside or outside in this defining process. And here you have to select only close profile only. Let us see another scenario. I'll go to done cutout and I'll be selecting this base, and here I'll be defining my cross section which I'll be requiring for done cutout. I'll trim the unwanted portion. Let us say this is my shape which I'm looking for. Go to finish, and here you can see your done cutout, and I am not interested to give any side angle, and my depth will be 10, and this will be defined. In this way you can directly create the drone cutout. Next we'll see how to create beads in your sheet metal. So when you go for beads along that particular path, you can have your form shape either engrouped or engraved in the required directions, that is downward or upward directions, whichever is useful, and you can configure different cross section and you can update this. And here also you can have the formed or lance condition as we saw in our earlier sessions, and here you can see the U-shaped or circular cross section which you can update and you can visualize different shape like V shapes. Here you can see the formed conditions, and here you can have the lanced conditions, and here you have the punch conditions where you can define this particular gap which you have here 2 mm, and these are very important operations inside your sheet metal defining process. Let us see this directly inside our model. So this model will be opening, and here we will look into the scenarios which we explained. So I'll right click and I'll go to show so that we can see the sketch position. So you can directly define the required shape of the sketch, which you can see directly. You can go to the sketch and you can position your required sketch. I'll go to home, and now we'll go to the required beads which we'll be creating. So I'll select the profile. Once you select this, here you can see the couple of options which you have. The depth, I'll be selecting 5. This is not possible. I'll be going to 3.5, 2.5. So whatever options you can play around, that directly you can see in this depth in each directions. You can control directly by dragging also. The radius you can update. So whatever the radius you are looking for, that you can directly show here, and also you can define as the lanced. Here you can see the domain will be opened, and you can go for punched also, where you can define the punch width, whatever the width you specify in both the end, that can be updated. Other than that, you can have different types of cross section which you define. I'll just go for 2.5, and this I will just update to the form shape. This I can update to 6, let us say, and width also 6, so that I can have a form shape here, and you can convert to a V shape also here, and you can have the type of lanced or only formed you have, that all the updates you can directly do here, and you can control all this depth and every options here. You can see directly from the circular one, it is getting failed because you have to update all corresponding parameters properly so that it meets while defining the process. And in our coming session, we will be discussing and briefing about the gussets, how you can position and create in sheet metal design.